first of all, Marcus in the epicenter in New York, in the area. I don't know if you're in the city, but you're in New York.
Brooklyn, New
and
York.
There's a lot of
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. There's a lot of things going on.
Yes.
And so I want to make sure you know that we are praying for you and we are covering, you know, we are pleading the blood of Jesus over you and your family.
Yes, thank you so much, John. I appreciate that.
You're
I think
welcome.
New York appreciates it as well.
And thank you so much for coming over here, you know, hanging out with me on the, let me, look, that's my finger. I'm sorry.
They texted you in, like,
Look,
they texted you right in the middle of your interview, really?
Right. Listen, thank you so much for coming even on Friday, a good Friday, because I know there's so many other things that you can be doing now. Listen, here's the thing I'm going to tell the people about you.
Tell me.
Mark Vieira and I have been knowing each other for a very, very long time. Mark actually did my very first show that I used to do at a place called Punchline, Comedy Cocktails with Kiana Dancy at Punchline. And I said, Mark, I don't have a lot of money. And you said, girl, can you get me down there and give me this? And I was like, hot damn, I can do that. You've always been willing to work with the people.
Yes. Yeah, well, you know, we do comedy for them, you know what I mean? What's up, Milano? Yep. How's everybody doing? Everybody that loves Kiana, especially Atlanta, I love all of you. You know I got love for Atlanta, you know that. I've been going there to Atlanta for a bunch of years, from the Uptown Comedy Corner to the Punchline. But, you know, I love doing comedy because I love the reaction of the people, especially those people. You know me, and you know how I get down. I'm from the Bronx, from Puerto Rico, and so when I represent, when I walk in the building, and a lot of people go, "What's he gonna do?" You know what I mean? And so
rip this thing down.
My favorite part of doing comedy is showing those people who really don't know who I am exactly what I do when I get on stage. It's the beauty of the art. You know what I mean?
Mark, you are a comic, you are an actor, you're a writer. You have a lot of amazing things going on. You have a special out. So let's talk about this special, because when I tell you, first of all, I am sweating. I'm hot. Can somebody turn on the AC that's watching me in my house? All right. So here's the thing. What is your creative process? Because I personally, my creative process is I have to go to open mic. I still go onto the stage. When I go onto stage, I find something that I like, and then I bring it back and write. What is your creative process?
I think it's very similar. I'm a little bit more strategic, you know what I mean? Like, I'll write a bunch of just little ideas down. People think that comedians will write funny, but that's not really it for me. I just honestly, I write the opposite. I write about the stuff that pissed me off. I write about the stuff that I may have had a dispute about, you know, being that I'm a dad and so on. You know, that's the stuff that I kind of write down, because I feel like when I get on stage, I let my emotions get the best of me in front of the people. Like you said, not at a sold out show, but maybe at a smaller show, smaller event, small open mic, whatever. Look, man, 20 years in, and I walk into Smokey's room at Mocha's in Harlem and go do 20 minutes or whatever. You understand what I mean? Yeah. It's just a workout. Yeah. It's just working out. And what I do is I just work out all that stuff that I wrote down, all those notes, not everything, but just about everything. And I see where it works and where it doesn't. And then if it works, then I build on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So it's
and that's me, because if you take it to the stage and you know, and here's my rule of thumb: I don't throw anything out, because it may just didn't work that night. It may that I need to be rewrite it, but it has a thing. Like, there's space. Yeah. There's a room or an audience.
It did something. Even if it doesn't do something for the audience, it does something for you. And you're like, this is gonna be something. I just need to find it. But the process is, if you don't go in front of the audience and try it, then you could never find how it's gonna work or how it's not gonna work. Right. So I really agree with you on that. I need the audience to give me some feedback before I say whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But I need them. I need them. And I know that's very daring, but that's where we are in our careers. Like, I'd rather take that full risk in front of them than to try to, or than to just scrap it and be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. That's stupid. You know, it comes out somehow, because that's how, you know, that's how our creative juices kind of, that's where we win. You know what I mean? When we expose ourselves in front of the audience and be like, look, man, you know, I got pulled over on the way here and blah, blah. And then you just start letting those emotions go. Right. And people immediately feel like, yo, for real, I got pulled over last week. Like, yo, you know, you understand what I mean? So I love that part of it.
Kiko, get out of the toilet! Kiko! Sorry.
Is that the dog? Is the dog using your toilet?
Let me tell y'all this. I have never ever seen my dog drink out of the toilet. And I'm like, what is she doing? And you know, I have blue stuff in my toilet. She can't go in there.
Hell no. How does the dog open the door to the bathroom?
Kiko, somebody got to come get Kiko. Listen, let me tell you something. My dog she's not a small puppy. Yeah. In fact, it's not my dog. The dog is my brother's dog, but she loves the way I treat her, like most men. And she is 65 pounds, honey. This is a whole woman. She got a lot of girth going on. So she like, hey, I'm thirsty.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's an English and American. Yeah, she's the English and American bulldog, in which I am so sorry, y'all, because usually she's somewhere asleep. This is the most active she's ever. No. You know, she's a bulldog. She ain't really trying to. I need somebody to come get this dog. Kiko, no.
You need to stop letting her open the door, man. You gotta close the door to the bathroom.
The baby is thirsty. I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't know the baby was in there. So here's the thing, though. I love the fact that you have. So I have a water bottle. Let's see if this works. I love the fact that you our creative process is a little similar, because there's really not any, you know, particular right or wrong. It's just you have to find your way, right? So like when you were writing this special, did you find that because you've done many, and you know, I always say that there's certain comics on the circuit that are, I always refer to myself as most known unknown. Like a lot of comedians would know who you are, but maybe a lot of the fans may not know who you are. But at the end of the day, it's with your beast, and I know that. So what have you been doing, one, to compete with this changing climate in stand-up with the new internet comedians? And then what are you doing to stay relevant? Because you are a flat-footed stand-up comedian, mic, stage, beats. You know what I mean? What are you doing to like stay relevant?
Thank you. I think this is my philosophy, whether you accept this or don't. Look, I'm not worried about the internet comedians. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we do two very different things. You know what I mean? It's like when the wrestlers are headlining at comedy clubs and you're like, a wrestler is headlining at the Improv? Like, you just don't even understand it. Like, so this is how I feel. I'm in my own space. You know what I mean? And the space I'm in is the Eddie Murphy space. It's the space of George Carlin. It's the space of Bernie Mac. Like, that's my space. Those internet guys ain't in that space. No matter what they do, they're not in that space. You understand what I mean? So I don't fret about them. I'm not staying up at night worrying about what's the next video somebody gonna do with some girl with her ass out that's going to, you know, that's going to get 1 million views. I can't worry about that, because people come to see my show because they want to see comedy. They don't want to see somebody up there talking about, yo, so when we did the video with 2 Chainz, right? This what happened, this what happened. Like, ain't nobody really paying good money to see that nonsense. I mean, that's how I
And then when they do, they get bored. They get tired of it real quick.
And they complain about it.
They get tired.
But at the end of the day, they're like, yo, but I saw him, though. Like, I saw him live, though. And you're like, yeah.
Right.
He wasn't even fun. Like, I remember a lot of people telling me they went to see such and such. And they were like, yo, Mark, man, like I wanted to leave after 15 minutes because he was just talking about the videos. And we already seen the videos, you know what I mean?
Right. We want to see you, dude.
Yeah. Now,
so what are you... What are you working on in reference? Because I know that you have your special. So where do people, first of all, let me ask you this. How do people support you? Of course, to download the special or watch the special. Where is the special? What platform is it on?
So right now, what I did was I created my own platform.
That's dope.
So what I did was I started this in January, long before this thing even hit. I wanted to release my special on my own website so that people, because you know, as I'm telling people, man, you know, I'm not even in negotiations with Netflix, so I couldn't wait for them. I'm like, the way where I'm from the Bronx, we sell out the trunk and we go platinum. You understand what I mean? Like that's our drive is. We're not gonna wait for nobody. We just gonna do it. And so I got with my internet folks, CQ Designs, and I was like, yo, I want to just do this on my own. Let's figure this out. And we figured it out. It's almost like we have our own Netflix, you know what I mean? And it's like, all you got to do is you pay and you get to watch the content, you know what I mean? And
so what is the platform?
I don't have the name of it right off the top of my head,
Okay.
Because I don't want to share it like that, and then everybody's like,
"That's fine." But whenever you're ready, we'll.
Yeah. But
whenever you're ready, we want to
send it to you one-on-one. But anyway, this special, what it was, I like to record my sets, and I don't mean record my sets on an iPhone. Like I have a full camera crew. My peoples come out, and they always record my sets. After the last probably 5 big shows I had in New York, they came out and they recorded them. So what I figured now, no better time than the future than to put this content out. And when I'm in New York, I do a lot of crowd play because I'm home. You know what I mean? Because I'm home. Similar to, I'm sure, what you do when you're in Atlanta. Because you don't want people to be like, damn, I saw that the last time. Like I paid,
and they always put the pressure on you. What you gonna do? What's new?
Same shit I saw in October. Like, you're when you're home, you're forced to be really creative. And so that's what I did. I said, you know what? I'm going to do some new stuff that I have never done. It was total improv, really off the top. And then I did my set to follow, and then I have a character that I do as well, and I brought that character.
Really?
Yeah, I brought that character onto the show as well, and I was like, this is a full show. This is like 1 hour and 15 minutes of what I consider funny. A lot of my newer material. It's not on the internet. You know what I mean? Like it's not on, and so people could support by just picking it up. I think everybody knows without me having to describe that we are not working. You know, the comedy clubs ain't sending us no checks because they feel like it. And so I said, look, man, you know, these dudes from the Bronx, these people from Atlanta, you know, Chicago especially, man, we some straight hustlers, man. I said, I'll be damned if I'm going to go down without putting up a fight. You understand what I mean? I said, I'm going to put it out on that platform and I'm going to share it and I'm going to let people watch it and decide whether this was worth it or not. You know what I mean?
So let's address this real quickly because that's actually those are facts, everything you just said. But I want to get a sense of how bad it is up there. You know, we're watching it on the television. We see all of the bad news, but you know, sometimes we don't have boots on the streets. So for the people who are watching and tuning in, please tell us, what is it? How is it really? And then is there anything we can do to support you guys in New York?
Well, you know, this is so to me, this is the biggest issue in New York, is that it's too densely populated for it not to be this bad. You can't hide people. People can't hide. That's not how New York is. We're on top of each other. We live in buildings that have, you know, up to 25, 30 floors. You know, 15 apartments per floor that we share common ground, which you could stay in your apartment for as long as you want. But at some point, you're going to have to throw out the trash. At some point, you're going to have to do the laundry. At some point, you're going to have to go in the elevator. And that was my issue. You know what I mean? So there were people in the building that were testing positive and were still checking their mail. Like, how you positive and you just checking the mail? You ain't got a mask on and nothing. Now I'm going
no gloves on this
like,
thing.
How you doing? You like, bitch, you positive. Like,
put a bag over your head.
Like, and so I was like, I'm not. So, you know, this situation is really the cost, especially in the metropolitan areas, Chicago, New York City, Atlanta, Miami, that are so dense, very metro, very densely populated. That's where you're seeing the hot zones. That's where you're seeing, because people are just too close to each other. So whatever you're seeing on the news, especially about New York, you know, understand it's worse when you're involved and you're in it, you know, because I'm a firsthand look into it. And I'm like, this is, you know, my friends' parents, you know, I'm going through it right now. I'm on an emotional roller coaster because, you know, 2 days ago, my best friend called me while I was at the supermarket. He's like, yo, my mom got it. I'm in LA. She's in New York. The ambulance took her. No one can see her. She has a heart problem. Like, you know, there's just a good possibility that's the last time he saw his mother will be the last time he sees her. That's like heartbreaking, honey. I mean, that's heartbreaking. That's my best friend.
And
that's
you can't do a proper burial or funeral.
Nothing. They're burning folks, and I'm just like, this is crazy, you know. And I'm honest to say that, you know, I never thought that we would be in this situation. Never, ever, you know. And so I hate it. I really do. I hate that people.
I think most of us thought. I think most of us did not see this coming. Although my mom, funny enough, she knew about this months ago, and she was saying, hey, you need to make sure you know, because even for my birthday, she was like, yeah, Ken, I don't want you to go anywhere for your birthday because there's something happening and I don't really know what it is, and the government is not saying. So you know, I said still, and it's funny how, you know, we rely on these people who are supposed to know what they're doing, and I'm not confident in nobody. Listen, I don't know about you, but I need Obama back. I'm like, at least he told us the truth.
Why can't he just come in for this, handle this? You know what I mean? And at least we know it's being handled with some level of empathy and sympathy, because, you know, that's one of my biggest issues with this administration, is that they're so cold-hearted. You know, nobody ever looks concerned. Nobody ever looks like they're worried or they have any empathy. The story yesterday I just told my mom a little while ago was, you know, the girl that 24 years old that worked at Walmart with Down syndrome that wanted to go to work to help people. She contracted the virus and passed away. You know, that's the stuff, honestly, at night that I say such a prayer for, not just the nurses, the doctors, the x-ray technicians, the people that got to get it done. But, man, our grocery store people, man, they are out there. And they are, you know, they need that money, and I get it. But they out there really being helpful. Yo, if you're out there and you're listening to this, or if you listen to this later, say thank you, man. I mean, how far does a thank you go? I don't know. But it's so worth it to say thank you to somebody that's out there, you know, wiping the shopping carts down, wiping the little shopping baskets down one by one manually. You know, I'm grateful I'm from the Bronx, because I never overlooked that kind of stuff. But I want other people to do the same, that when they go into their personal, you know, supermarkets, whichever it is, to just acknowledge them, you know, acknowledge their effort, because a lot of them are falling. They're falling. They're falling ill. You know, some of them are succumbing to this thing. It's just important to me. You know what I mean? I know I'm sounding like I'm a little bit over.
No. I really mean and I appreciate that, because, and I opened that Pandora's box because I really wanted to know how you felt about it, considering you are there in the epicenter. And, you know, we all, just so that you know, we all literally feel helpless. And it's one of those things that we don't even know what to do, if there's anything to be done outside of staying home, as the people are telling us. And it's crazy because, you know, you feel like you want to do more. You want to help. You want to, who do you donate money to? And then if you donate money to, you're not even convinced it's really going to get to where it's supposed to be. And then they're telling us, as the federal government, it's not their responsibility to send masks and this, and you're not a clerk. I'm like, but you're supposed to be there to help us. We put you in this position to help us in the midst of
anything, of another Katrina, of another Hurricane Maria, Hurricane Sandy. You know, we need y'all to make big decisions that make a big difference, especially in the rural communities where, you know, I hate when people, you know, they go, well, I'm good. You know, I got money, and, you know, I saved. I got a little 20,000 in the bank, and I'm good for like 6 months. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not everybody. You know what I mean?
Especially not you and I. I mean, I don't know what your finances look like, but our industry literally shut down. That's like, there's nothing coming in. And then thank God that they even said, hey, we might give you unemployment. What? That's unheard of for our industry, you know? So I just want you to know that we're praying for you. You know, it's a thing that we continue to pray. We're pleading the blood of Jesus over not only you as an individual, because I know you and I have a relationship with you, but also those in the city, because it's the thing that I think that people did not realize. And I don't have a president. There's a Cheeto in office. He keeps saying things like the masks are being stolen, and respiratory. Like, who is still? Even if people are stealing, at the end of the day, there is still a need. There's a void that we need you to fulfill. So we're praying that turns around. I mean, we actually heard him on the news today, praying Jesus. Who are you praying to, boy? Okay. All right. Okay. On a lighter note, I would love it. We're gonna bring it up.
Let's do it.
I love the story about your wife. Is she still buying shoes?
Well, we're not together anymore. So she's buying shoes, but she's doing that on her own. So
wait, that's an update I didn't get. That's not in my fact sheet, Mark. Oh.
Well, that's all right, because you know, my business is mine, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to tell the truth. You know, my audience.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Truth, I think
so. We're not together no more. So whatever she's doing, But I'm gonna tell you this: every story you've ever heard that I tell, everything that I bring to the stage comes from everything starts from honesty. You know what I mean? So, the Spanx joke, which I'm sure you've seen, I'm always like, I don't think women need that. I think women are so beautiful just the way they are. But, women are like, hell no, I'm going to put my little suit on because I want to look such and such. And I'm like, well, what? Like, y'all crazy.
Well, because y'all say that, but then with the girl, if you cheat on us, if it happens, you cheat on us with the opposite. She either lower or higher. Right. Like she has no fufa. If you don't know what a fufa is, y'all Google that. She either don't have a fufa, or she like, that's what you cheated on me for? Boy. It's the opposite. It's never anybody in my lane. It's never anybody in our lane. And I know the ladies can agree to this because we've been there. I don't know no woman, and they may exist, I don't know, but I don't know a woman who's never been cheated on or never had a situation like, oh, that's what you like? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Right.
Well, I mean, listen, this is how I feel as a dude. It doesn't matter what you bring around when y'all break up. She always gonna say something. If she got short hair, she gonna be like, "Oh, what you like, little boys with the little short hair?"
Right. You like to cut the back of the head.
Ain't no woman gonna look at the new woman like, "Damn, she gorgeous, boo boo. I'm glad you leveled up."
Well, I've seen a few. I was like, oh. I see.
It's never gonna happen. There's always gonna be criticism because women will always match themselves up. Like, oh, you like flat asses? You like flat asses? That's what you do.
I can't with you.
You understand what I mean? So,
right.
Listen, I don't know
if we compare ourselves to each other. I think naturally a woman will look at another woman. That's a habit that we have. Now, because I don't know if I necessarily compare myself, but I do look. I see her. Oh, I see her. She ate. Oh, okay.
You see what I mean?
If now, do you see her? How hard are you looking?
You ain't looking at her to find her strong points. You looking at her to find the weaknesses. Stop lying. Don't play with me.
I plead the fifth. Okay, so the questions are coming in, and I got to get off here because I'm burning through time. I'm so sorry that Kiko she tried to steal your thunder, honey. But listen to this. People want to know, are you single?
I am.
Oh, Mark's single. So as soon as outside open, you're going to go out, you're going to be on a little date. So are you going to run outside? Or are you a little hesitant? What do you feel like you're going to do?
I got to be honest with you. I haven't even thought that far. I just want to be able to go back to normal. Like whatever normal is after all of this. Look, if we got to do shows and go from the stage right backstage, get in the car and go, I'm cool with that for the next 6 months. But let me just get back on this stage, man. Like, people don't realize very quickly, they don't realize the addiction to funny and to the laughter and to our, into how much we pour into our comedy, that I miss it like I miss a kid. You know what I mean? Like I miss someone in my life. Like, I want to get back to it so bad I could taste it. You know what I mean? So
right. I feel you. So let me do a couple shout outs. Right. Shout out to Grace Holmes. Y'all, thank you so much. Listen, I sent someone for a Sam's run. I'm in here on the phone with you, and then we still doing 6 feet apart. So they came and dropped my little groceries off at the front door. Thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out. Somebody just asked you if you wanted to mingle, honey. You want to mingle? Cindy_07 said you want to mingle.
Oh, thank you. No, I think I'm good right now. I'm good.
We hooking the people up. You can't do that. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't mingle, but you can do Facebook dates. Time dates.
Whatever that is, whatever that means. Yeah, I guess the new normal is, hit me on my DM kind of shit. But I think I'm good because that goes nowhere.
Oh my God, I got to get you together. Okay, so don't say hit me on my DM like that again. No. But what we are gonna say is, well, I mean, it is the same. Slide into my DM, hit me on my DM. But we grown. Exchange the phone number. Pick up the phone and call.
Awkward. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, ladies. He said he good, but I ain't gonna say that you can't slide in the DM. Go. Look at him.
You troublemaker.
You blushing. Okay, listen, I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Kiko is sorry. She is literally right here giving me the eye like, who is this we talking to?
Yeah, I know that.
I want to say thank you so much. And then so again, to support you, you're going to eventually drop the information about your special.
Right.
You will. So I would just say, y'all, what y'all can do for right now, just make sure you follow Mark. Mark, is it Mark Vieira or is it Comic Mark Vieira?
No, it's Mark Vieira Comedy on all platforms. Mark Vieira.
Got it.
Comedy.
Mark Vieira Comedy on all platforms. Make sure you guys support him. And at the end of the day, just know, Mark, that nothing is permanent. Right. We will get out here. Stay safe. Stay out the way. Stay prayerful. Cover your family. Always. And I understand what you're saying. You like, I miss. But I'd rather you miss it and not try to be amongst it, and then you're gone, and then we miss you.
No, we're good, man. I need to be healthy so that I can come back and do what I do very quickly. I also have a YouTube channel, man.
Come on, okay.
YouTube /Mark Vieira, and watch all the crazy content that I put on there. And then the other thing is I got 2 HBO specials coming out this year. So I want everybody, to stay with me on the journey. You know what I mean? Because comedy is not about just the destination; it's about the journey. So stay with me on this ride, because it's really just starting. 20 years in, New York King. You know what I mean? And the journey I love is really it. Just beginning, but I want everybody, to recognize and support, obviously.
Well, in this business, you don't really pop until you've been 10, 15, 20 years in.
Easy. No, I'm right up. I'm right where I need to be. I don't complain about none of it, because there's a certain level of maturity that comes with success that you need. You understand? Look, if I had any of this when I first started stand up, it would have been a hot mess, honey. It would have been a hot mess. So I'm so grateful now that people love what I do, right? Just as much as I love doing it. That it's a good relationship. People are like, I can't wait to come back to see you. I'm like, y'all just saw me. But it's such a beautiful comment, right? It's such a beautiful
And they putting the pressure on you to come up with new material.
I'm like, please don't come back next month, please.
Right, relax. Because I know, it's funny. I always say it's so funny to me, and here we go with another conversation, but it's so funny to me that they'll go see an R&B or a rapper or a blues singer or whoever over and over and over again, won't expect them to change not one word to the song. Matter of fact, the artist won't even sing it. They'll hand out the mic and expect you
to sing their lyrics.
To sing their lyrics. But come to a comedy show, I heard that joke before.
Yeah.
Do something new.
They be like this. Look, I ain't coming back to see her. She just did that. Right. I just saw that joke on BET or something. And you like, fuck, like, of course. I just taped that 3 months ago. You wanted me to
why are you back?
Yeah.
I love it. Again, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. I'll see you soon.
You will.
And again, stay prayed up.
Listen, thank you so much for having me. God bless you, okay? And you do the same, okay? Stay safe.
Thank you. See you soon. See you. Bye. Ooh, shout out to Mark Vieira. Y'all, now I'm telling you, listen, I'm not saying get in the man DMs because he didn't say if he had a girlfriend, but he did say he don't have a wife. So go ahead and slide in his DM, say hello to him. Again, I want to apologize to y'all for Miss Kiko making an appearance. Honey, she has never done that. She was walking around in circles. That baby went into the bathroom. Kiko, we don't drink out of the potty. That's not ladylike. But that lady was like, girl, I'm thirsty. Y'all play too much. My bowl is dry. But I gave her some water out this water bottle. So hopefully that holds her over until I'm able to get her downstairs.